Hello everyone, this is CGNovo992 and today we're back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here to discuss the fantastic choices made by the Spfl and the fact that everything is fine with Scottish football. Just kidding, we're here to talk about the absolute mess that the Spfl created just to end the season in April. Now, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about here, good. In fact, don't watch any further into today's video. If you've somehow missed what's been happening in Scottish football, just don't get involved in it. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day, because today we're here to talk about yet another level of shambles that makes you understand why we are known as a tin pot laughing stock of a league. For those who are watching and who want to continue doing this rabbit hole, let's do a very brief overview of the situation, because it's important towards the end of it, because there was enough red flags and there was enough warning signs right for day one. So let's jump through it very briefly. Right, so after the lockdown happened, all 42 membership clubs were called into a vote which had a deadline of 5 PM on whether or not to end the season, hand out titles and hand out relegations. So the 5 o'clock deadline came and went, and it looked as if the proposal put forward by the SPFL was done there, because all it required was 3 no votes from the championship to end it all right frickin' there. And the no votes did come in, by the way, and they were sent in by Partick Thistle, Inverness, Caley Thistle and Dundee. Red flag number 1 incoming, because the Dundee vote just it evaporated, ladies and gentlemen, because originally the first story that was put forward by the SPFL was the fact that the Dundee vote didn't happen. There was no Dundee vote, they didn't cast. Then there was the leaked picture of the Dundee's vote, and they went, alright, fair enough. The vote did come in, but the chairman went and emailed us directly after it and told us not to count it. Then, after the Dundee chairman said that was now the timeline of events, the SPFL came out with another story and went, right, this is what actually happened, right? Dundee did send their vote in, but it was caught in the quarantine system. Red flag. Red flag number 2 is the voting that had that 5 PM deadline that all clubs had to get their vote in by 5 PM to vote on this proposal wasn't actually a deadline. It's more of a suggestion, and after the Dundee scenario that we just mentioned, the fact that they've now got a chance to vote either in favour of it and give clubs money that they badly needed, that was what was drummed up in the media, or they can vote no. It's still baffling to me that everyone's just fine with the results of a voting scheme revealed before all the votes were actually done. But anyway, you could even throw 2 and 3 red flags at that end. But anyway, as we already know, Dundee went ahead and changed their vote from no about a week later to yes, and SPFL got exactly what they wanted. Their proposal was put in place and it had enough votes. However, there was numerous clubs that wasn't happy with the way the SPFL handled this because of the mentioned red flags. You had Rangers, you had Falkirk, you had Partick Thistle, Hearts, Stranraer. There was a lot of teams actually voicing their opinions and their displeasure about this, including Inverness, Caley Thistle as well. But it wasn't just that that really upset chairmans, it was the lack of information that was out there. What will happen if we vote this, or if we vote no? What is the outcomes? That is something that every single one of them constantly complained. But again, we know what happened. The media spun it. It was Rangers with the SPFL. It was easy to sell. The seals all clapped it, they ate it up, they just threw away all the red flags, they never paid attention on because they had the narrative. But jumping forward to where it affects us directly from today's video then, shall we? Rangers went ahead and released a dossier a couple of weeks after that, releasing it exactly when they says they were going to, by the way. But inside this dossier, amongst other things, was showing the possible liabilities to come from this plan of action put forward by the SPFL, the real information, and questioning why it was not told to clubs before the vote. But instead of paying attention to that right there that directly affects us today, a couple of months later, no one bothered about that. That was rubbish right away. Oh, there's no liabilities or anything. This is the best plan of action. And you had the puppets in the press twisting it, saying there's nothing in there. It's, what was it, scaremongering and all that used? It's an empty gun, there's no bullets in the gun, it was a smoking gun. They'd done all their garbage to discredit this dossier, and the SPFL themselves fired out a statement within an hour, reading all 200 pages to say there's nothing in it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today as it stands, Scottish football faces massive liabilities for ending the season early. Who would have thought it? Rangers We told you 2 months ago. Now, if you caught last week's Rangers Roundup, we actually spoke about the first liability to come out from the Neil Doncaster fantastic deal that he told everyone was an excellent outcome with Sky Sports. Well, it actually turns out it's going to have clubs apparently missing out on over £7 million. That's the first one. Now, 7 days after the first liability we spoke about, there's more kicking into place as BT is now owed £2.5 million as well. But unlike the Sky Sports deal, which is already going to cost Scottish football £1.5 million, it's not expected that BT is willing to play ball with the SPFL and do a plan over multiple years to help the SPFL, and that is because Neil Doncaster took a wee shot at BT as he was lauding up Sky Sports deal and how that's fantastic for Scottish football. Well, that wee shot for Mr 400k has apparently ruffled a few fellers over at BT. But it's not just BT and Sky that the SPFL owe money to. No. They also owe BBC money for ending the season early, and they also owe a lot of money out to TV channels abroad for ending the season early. Yet the cash drain to Scottish football doesn't stop there either, because obviously you'd have heard by now the league reconstruction deals and talks and all that are all done and dusted, right? It's dead and buried, and it's been confirmed now that both Partick Thistle and Hearts have been relegated because of the decision made in a boardroom rather than on the park. Hearts have confirmed they will be taking legal action and they will be taken to the SPFL to court for £6 million in damages, which was so obvious that it was always going to happen. If you're going to relegate them off the park rather than letting them play out the season on the park, it was always going to go down the route. They're going to drain Scottish football. They could possibly delay the start of the season as well because of this court action. We don't know what's going to happen with it now. It was always going to go down that route. So we can't pretend, and we can't have media and pundits out there pretending that this is a shock to the system. This was always going to happen because of the decisions and the fanning about that happened a couple of months ago. But what a lot of people didn't expect to happen is yet another further drain of Scottish football, as Partick Thistle have also confirmed that they will be taking the SPFL to court, which no one, and I mean no one, predicted that they would pay up to take them to court. Well, they are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and they are seeking £1 million in damages as well, which, if you throw everything together, all those numbers it's owed to, is that not close to the £10 million liabilities Rangers warned every single person about a couple of months ago in the dossier that apparently had nothing? Now, the media response to this has been pretty damn obvious. The old violins are out, ladies and gentlemen. This could cripple Scottish football. Scottish football may never recover because of the selfishness of two clubs that was in the bottom and in the relegation spot anyway. Which to me, despite me not liking either team, I completely understand, and I think they're well within their rights to do this. We know this entire thing has been a mess, so take them to court and go and get the money you'd be losing because of a decision made off the park. And all these clubs that you're seeing coming out here on a daily basis now saying, oh, we're having to cut 30% of our team, we're having to cut the future young stars, this is crippling Scottish football. You've made your bed when you voted for this BS. You made your bed, especially when you voted in favour of protecting the guy in charge of Scottish football rather than investigate him, and now you're just having to lie in it. And sorry if I've not got much empathy for these clubs out there having to cut players left, right and centre, but they were well warned by Rangers Football Club. They were sent a dossier that had it right in front of their eyes, but some of their chairmen came out and they were mocking Rangers and saying they've got nothing. Well, are they mocking them now, as they're having to let the players go left, right and centre? Instead of looking at all these red flags, instead of looking in and actually asking themselves what is the outcomes of ending the season in April, they decided to bury their head in their sand and put their arse up for the SPFL, and it's came all the way round to bite them in it. Now, I just want to say, by the way, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, they should have voted no and that would have solved every problem, they would never ever be struggling. Obviously not. That's not what I'm saying. Because of what's happened in the world right now, because of the virus and the chaos that this has caused to all businesses and all jobs, every club would still be affected financially. But what we do know is if they weren't in such a rush to end the season in April, they may just be coming back and playing football and not facing these massive liabilities and these massive bills now that all these clubs are going to be forced to pay. Now, some people might fire in, aye, but clubs were desperately needing money, especially in the lower leagues. Well, that is what the loan system is there for. That is the thing that Rangers said day one before any of the trouble and all the battling with the SPFL. They fired out our counter plan to use the loan system, which has been used by the SPFL before, to help the clubs badly needing money, to give people prize money that they needed right now, and just wait to see if we can get back on the park. But people forget about all that because of the media-driven Rangers versus the SPFL and that battle that they created themselves. There was plenty of other options, ladies and gentlemen, but we rushed and we had tunnel vision on this single one. And you know what? That's sort of it, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to keep going on now for a very long time. I think both Hearts and Partick Thistle will win their court cases from the SPFL because something very, very similar happened over in France, and the court actually went in favour of the club. So the more money is going to be drained from the league, and more money is going to be drained from our game, and more money, more importantly, is going to continually be drained from our football clubs. But don't worry, Mr. 400k a year is still in charge, and big bad Rangers didn't get their independent investigation into any of this madness. So small victories and that, for the anti-Rangers mob. But before we actually finish up today's video, I do want to ask you how you feel about this subject. I know it's no sexy like a Rangers rumour, it's no Rangers kits, all this stuff that we want to talk about because that's exciting looking forward, but this right here is going to deeply, deeply impact our game, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to know what you think as a fan of a team in this league. How do you feel about the people in charge of our game running it like this? I mean, we all sat here and let them make their jokes and mock Rangers and laugh when Celtic were awarded the title instead of winning the title, and they were all laughing saying, Rangers done this, they had never had none, they got embarrassed and everything like that. Well, who's laughing now, given everything that's happening? All these clubs losing all their players, all these clubs losing their money. Because I'll tell you something right now, the Hibs fans aren't laughing now with what's going on at that football club. Maybe that cheeky Edinburgh derby 4 times a year would have done alright to help the club out. To summarise my opinion on this, I've said it once and I've said it 100 times on this channel. There needs to be a complete overhaul of Scottish football because the people in charge are no longer just holding us back now off the field. They're actually drowning us and dragging us down. But aye, that's me all done and dusty with today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you got your thoughts and opinions out there, and we can talk about it down there in the comment section below. But as always, I've been Siege and over 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.